Welcome back. Daily Show 1029. Lacy, how are you?
Hey, CJ.
You know, people taking my damn email, putting it on the dark web. I don't know. That wasn't nice of them.
Not a good way to start.
Not a good way to start. I got to figure out how to get it off there. You know, do I just need to get a new one?
I don't know.
I don't know what my password is.
Is it your personal email or
My work one.
Your work email? Okay. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe IT can help with that.
What'd you write about?
I wrote IT advice. No, I wrote about the 1926 dog show, the first one.
So, fill me in. You were very excited about this.
I was very excited about this. Part of the reason I was very excited about this is because it's not depressing.
It's not about death.
It's not about death like the last couple weeks. Yeah, so I still don't know if they had a second dog show, but they were very clear this was the first dog show and they planned to have it be an annual event. But in 1926, St. Louis was not having a dog show, so that's part of the reason everybody was so excited about the Alton one, because it was kind of the local dog show. And this was really interesting. There were dogs that came from all over the country for it. So in February, so the dog show was March 23rd and 24th. And in February, they had already gotten applications from 15 states, including New York, Texas, Colorado, and South Dakota. So people were coming from all over the place. And they kind of like went around to the dog shows in different places. So yeah. Came to Alton.
That's interesting. So people liked it? Was it a highly turned out event? Seriously. So was that kind of a big deal back in the...
Yeah, it seemed to be. There were 296 dogs entered, and I learned a little bit about dog shows. So it was a bench show, which means that the dogs were like set up in their own little areas where you could go visit them, while like it wasn't like a show where they just were paraded around the ring and then like went on their way. You could go see the dog, talk to the dog's owners throughout this 2-day period. And there were 25 different breeds of dogs from 12 states. So not all 15 states that originally applied had dogs that came from them, but 12 states. And it said probably not more than 10% of the dogs were locally owned. So 90% were from other places. And this was great because it was an Alton Telegraph article that didn't just say, very well attended.
They gave specifics.
They gave specifics. They said over 2,400 people attended the dog show over the 2-day period. And I'm sure a lot were coming from St. Louis and other areas, like other places around the area too. But that's a crazy number.
That is a crazy number. My house address is on the dark web now too.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
I don't even know how the hell that works. I don't know what to do to fix it. So I guess,
if anyone knows how to fix CJ's dark web issues, let him know.
Let me know.
Let him know.
Whatever. You can't win them all. There ain't much to take. Back to the dogs. All right, now I'm focused, Lacy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks for carrying that segment as long as you have. I was trying to figure out what I needed to do.
Yeah. Right.
And,
it's one of those like panic moments.
I'm realizing that I can't do much. Like if someone comes to arrest me, like, listen, I've been on the dark web. I don't know. Like all my stuff's compromised.
I don't know that your address being on the dark web. I mean, your address is
in
on
my
the
email.
regular.
Yeah, and like they have my email address.
Yeah, like it's your.
So as long as they have my password.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if it's just.
It makes sense because my email was locked the other day and I didn't know why, and it was because of too many attempts to get into my email. That makes sense.
So maybe there's nothing that's been like compromised yet. You just have to be extra vigilant about checking your passwords and saving things and all that.
Yeah, could be. I don't care. Lacy, I love your articles and they're going to take me out of my misery.
Okay, good.
So this dog show, it drew a crowd.
Yeah.
A very big crowd.
Very big crowd.
Is it because there was nothing else happening at that time?
Maybe. I don't know.
People across the country came?
People across the country.
New York, Texas, South Dakota, Colorado, and 15 other states. Or 11 other states.
There were 12 states. So 15 states of... There were dogs that... Well, I guess the dog didn't put in the application. There were owners of dogs that put in applications to be in the show. So you had to apply to be in the dog show. And so there were dogs from 15 states that were in the application process. And then what they ended up having was 296 dogs from, 12 states that competed. And there were setters made the largest variety, the single variety of dogs. There were 67 setters. And then it said that was a larger number than were shown at the 1925 St. Louis Dog Show, because we always like to compare our numbers to the St. Louis shows. And then there were 46 pointers, 37 beagles, and 30 shepherds.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of dogs.
It's a lot of dogs.
The smell in there had to be incredible.
Oh, man. There were more dogs than they expected. And then they had to figure out feeding the dogs. And yeah, like, I don't know where they walked them to let them relieve themselves. Like, I'm thinking, you know, like if you're in an airport.
How big was the hardware company building?
Oh, yeah. So it was, they said it was the biggest building they could like procure for the dog show. And then one of the judges, I don't think I put it in here, but one of the judges was like, this was a fantastic dog show, but it should be in a bigger space. Like that was just one, not even critique, I would say. But
So how many winners were there in this dog show?
Oh gosh. Okay. That was really confusing. So I think they just like had a ton of different categories. So they had winners in lots of different categories, but like breed, and then also sometimes within a breed, there would be several different categories, but the like winner, the Club Cup winner, title of best dog in the show was Collins Rattler King, a Boston Terrier owned by Willard L. Boner of Springfield. And it didn't say Springfield, Missouri or Springfield, Illinois, so I didn't specify. And well, there are more Springfields than that. And he was shown by Miss Mabel Thorpe of St. Louis. She was really well known for showing Boston Terriers all over the country. And so I ended up finding a picture of her a little bit later, but with a Boston Terrier that was in the St. Louis Globe Democrat in 1931. So that wasn't the Boston Terrier that won in this show, but you can see Mabel Thorpe and a Boston Terrier. And so one of the things that took me a while writing this article was figuring out the dogs' names, because even within the Telegraph articles, there were several times where they put them differently.
Oh,
so, like,
yeah.
On one day,
I bet that's a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. So I spent enough time that I felt relatively confident, but not so much that I like wasted an entire day looking up the official dog names. But they had very fancy dog names. And so there was like Rodney Palacio Man, and I mentioned Collins Rattler King, Allie Greystock, which also could have been a la if Greystone. Like there were several versions of that one, but I went with Allie Greystock because I saw that more times. And then one of my favorites, which is also a locally owned favorite, was Alton Bob.
I know Alton Bob.
Alton Bob.
He had one eye. He had two crossed teeth.
Yeah, it didn't say he won anything. It just said he was a locally owned favorite.
He burped Coors Light.
He smoked. They're like,
smoked.
We love this. Yeah, so
Alton Bob's normal BAC was 0.9. 0.09. He was constantly above the limit, you know.
Poor old
Good old
Bob.
Alton Bob. So my question is, were there like famous dogs at this point? So that's why I was kind of curious, because it seems like there were some folks that like were true dog enthusiasts at this.
Well, Allie Greystock.
Take off your hat. That's Alton Bob.
I don't know how famous Alton Bob was. Probably around here. But Allie Greystock, this German police dog that was owned by George W.R. Andrada of Stuart, Florida.
I like it. It has some spice.
He was mentioned, Allie, the dog, was mentioned in articles from newspapers in other parts of the country. So when I was confirming names, I wasn't just looking at the Alton Telegraph. I was looking at like Pennsylvania and Florida and other places where these dogs had also been shown. And then there were some like really cute ones to picture. Like there were miniature Pomeranians. And so the smallest dog in the show was named Dainty Poppy, and she weighed 2.5 pounds. And then John W. Olin won first with his pointer, Dapper Dan, in the novice pointer class. So that's what I was saying. Like there were pointers, and then there was a novice class.
So it was right underneath here that John Olin was caught slipping a 50 to one of these judges here.
Doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that. It does not. Just in case any of the Olins are still out there.
Right.
With that being said, so one approaches the ugliest dog, ugly by the novice's standards of dog beauty, and while thinking that this homeliest brute he ever saw, the owner will give some information as to what a valuable creature he is. What does that mean?
So, okay, the next thing it talks about was a bulldog. It says now there's a bulldog who looked like he'd been struck in the face by a passenger train.
Oh, God, I didn't see that part.
Owner considers him a perfect type of dog beauty. So it's talking about how there were dogs that, and I think that possibly because a lot of people hadn't seen all the different varieties of dogs. I mean, you couldn't just look at a picture.
The hell's that thing?
So this was the first time some of them had seen dogs like this in person, and you'd see a dog like that and be like, whoa, that dog doesn't have a nose. And it's like, oh, well, that's how it was bred to look. So like within the dog world, this is the perfect example of a bulldog. And they had two judges, one from Chicago and one from Peoria, that had specific breeds that they judged. Yeah. And so, they had these very specific standards for each breed of dog that they were looking for.
Very specific.
Very specific.
Now, what was the public's reaction to this? Did they want more shows?
I think so. Everybody seemed to really enjoy it. One of the things they talked about is that the Alton Kennel Club broke even. So because it became a much bigger show than they originally planned, the budget kind of got out of control. But there was also a larger audience, and I assume that there was some sort of fee to enter. Well, I'm sure there was a fee to enter. There's probably also a fee to attend. And so the club members did not have to assume payment of a deficit. So if they hadn't made enough to cover the event, the Alton Kennel Club members themselves would have had to pay the difference. But there were several articles about how it had been a financial success in that they broke even. So that was good. But that was a lot of work to break even too.
Well, and I can only imagine that, to be honest with you. That's a lot of work. Now, going back, so it draws 2,400 people.
Yes.
Are there a lot of restaurants at this time to feed these people?
I wondered about that too, because it was 2,400 people over 2 days. So there could have been people that came back for both days. And so the full number of individual people might not have been quite that high. But yeah, I mean, there were restaurants, there were boarding houses, hotels, stuff like that where people could stay for this. And I mean, that had to be a huge tourism boost, because if 90% of the dogs are from other places, that means 90%. I mean, even if you just look at the people that are coming with the dogs, that's, 200 something people that are, and that's just if each dog has one person associated with it. So, you would have to have boarding of some sort.
They slept outside. They were ready for the dogs. They said, "Bring out the dogs."
Well, and you had to have places where the
I love this. I just can't believe that they got so excited over a dog show. I'm not being fun. If you're a dog enthusiast, I love it. I think it's great to have passions and dog shows. Like, I watch the Westminster one for a couple of minutes every time it's on every year. But just to see Alton getting excited about, and people from out of the states coming into this dog show, was there a reason? Was this the end all be all of? No, it was the Alton Kennel Club.
It was the Alton Kennel Club. And so their
marketing had to just been incredible.
I know. And a bunch of the dogs moved on to the next show, which was in Chicago, the next day. So these were dogs that were on the dog show circuit.
Wow.
Some of them. I don't know if Alton Bob was, but
he's back in that old bar stool.
This was a thing. And there were famous breeders, there were famous showers. So people really got into it. And again, this would have been the first time, this is the first dog show in Alton, first time probably some people saw different breeds of dogs. So it would be kind of fun to just to see them. Yeah. And they're well behaved. These are dogs that you can get close to.
These are canines.
These are dogs that you can interact with. And presumably most of them were well behaved because they're used to this kind of show in a lot of cases. So it was really, and it had been in the newspaper. I'd seen articles about this in earlier newspapers, so I knew I was going to write about it for a while. And And so I was excited
to
do it. Thank you.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and chat it up with Lacy some more.
Firearms training shouldn't feel intimidating. At Precision Point Armory in Bethalto, we focus on safety, confidence, and real-world skills. Whether you're new or renewing your concealed carry, you'll get professional instruction without pressure. Learn safe handling, sound decision-making, and proper techniques tailored to your experience level. If you're looking for premium firearms training in the heart of Bethalto, Illinois, call 618-779-9947 or go to precisionpointarmory.net and train with confidence today.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and
Associates. If you think you might be pregnant, you don't have to face it alone. At Vitality Women's Clinic, you'll find the care you deserve. We offer confidential, no-cost pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, and STI testing. Our team is here to listen, support you, and help you understand your options without pressure or judgment. Walk in or make an appointment today. Call 618-466-1690 or visit vitalitywomensclinic.org. Vitality Women's Clinic, clear answers, real support.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Firearms training shouldn't feel intimidating. At Precision Point Armory in Bethalto, we focus on safety, confidence, and real-world skills. Whether you're new or renewing your concealed carry, you'll get professional instruction without pressure. Learn safe handling, sound decision-making, and proper techniques tailored to your experience level. If you're looking for premium firearms training in the heart of Bethalto, Illinois, call 618-779-9947 or go to precisionpointarmory.net and train with confidence today.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Welcome back, Daily Show. Welcome back. Lacy, Easter week, you guys do anything fun going out of town?
I forgot that was this weekend. Yeah, we have
it's early.
It is early, isn't it? We have, our neighborhood does an Easter egg hunt in our yard, so we're doing that.
Did you guys do an adult one or just a kid one?
No, just a kid one.
Ah, see.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I was going to stop by if...
It's a bunch of kids in CJ.
It's in CJ, but he's looking for poppers, or whatever the hell.
Those little bottles.
With that being said, I love the fact that the story this week was positive. All about dogs coming in, showing off who they are. Alton Bob didn't prevail.
Alton Bob didn't prevail. There was one description that I found really interesting. It said, this was when it was talking about the different kinds of dogs and like the bulldog. And it said there were dogs of all colors and kinds. There were two that looked exactly like young lions, regular man-eaters. But it didn't say what type of dog. And so I was wondering if it was a chow or like what.
Pomeranian.
It was a tiny Pomeranian. Yeah, but I really wanted to know what, since there were how many, okay, there were 296 dogs, and it said there were 25 different breeds. I wanted to know what all the different breeds were. So I wish that they had broken that down. I could figure out a lot of them based on the descriptions, but I would have loved to know exactly what breeds were there.
Did they change the name of the breed ever?
Oh.
Like it was one breed known as because for a while, like it was like a Boston, like something terrier, and now I just know them as Boston Terrier.
Well, it was a Boston Terrier in 1926. It was actually a Boston Terrier in 1919 because the photo at the front is an illustration from a dog book from 1919 and it says Boston Terrier. But one of my coworkers was excited to see this picture because she said she didn't know that French Bulldogs were a breed in 1919, and so she thought that was cool to see how long that had been a breed, that it wasn't a more recent invention.
Here we go. They were previously called Roundheads.
Really?
Yes. And then the Doberman Pinscher was the third Guinean Pinscher.
Boston Terriers were called Roundheads?
Or Bull Terriers before receiving their official name.
When did they receive their official name?
Let me ask. Let me do some asking.
I just know 1919 and 1926 and have no idea how long before that. But
save their official. Hold on, guys.
The pictures of the Boston Terriers from 1919 and 1931 is the
1891.
1891. Interesting. Okay.
And so it was. This is interesting for dog. So the AKC admitted the breed in 1893 to its stud book and recognized them officially.
Okay.
And then the breed was in 1891. The breed was officially named the Boston Terrier.
Okay.
By the newly formed Boston Terrier Club of America. They've had enough of this Roundhead and whatever they were calling them business. So there was a big rivalry though with the American Bull Terrier group.
Really?
That's why they fought. They fought this out.
I don't know if they fought.
They did. In 1889, the American Bull Terrier Club was formed. But the name was contested by Bull Terrier fanciers who said, no, it's the Boston Terrier, not the American Bull Terrier. So this club should not be formed because the name was already recognized.
So is a Bull Terrier different?
I guess.
thing?
I think it's just a hodgepodge of terriers.
There are a lot of terriers.
Yeah. Anyway, didn't mean to confuse you guys today.
Well, one of the things that I thought was interesting too, like these pictures of Boston Terriers look like the Boston Terriers that we know today. But I went down a rabbit hole about chow history, and after I read the part about the man-eater lions and thought that might be what they were talking about. And I think that maybe there was, I don't know how I got onto that, but there was a big difference between chows in the 1920s and now because they did a lot of breeding in the meantime for size and for like thickness of coat. So it sounded like then it was a smaller dog, still very beautiful. They're really beautiful pictures of them, but a lot has changed in the meantime. And so it was interesting too to think about like what dogs were pretty much the same in 1926 versus what dogs have changed in the last 100 years.
Very fascinating.
Yeah.
What are you writing about next week?
For a second, I was like, I have no idea, but I've already written that article. I am writing about the field secretary of the Illinois Women's League of Voters coming to Alton because the national meeting was happening in St. Louis in April. And so she was coming down to talk to people that were involved locally. And she was pretty interesting. I'm going to forget her name, but she was the daughter of Laredo Taft, who was a famous sculptor. He's got stuff in...
was he related to William Howard?
Yes, they were actually distantly related.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. So, glad I asked.
Yeah, and then she ended up being she was a congressperson later on. So she was really interesting. And I'm going to talk about her, and I'm going to talk specifically about... I'm going to talk about her as a person, and I'm going to talk specifically about the League of Women Voters as well.
You know, with that being said... Did you see the news about the new dinky that's going down? I think that's going to be wonderful.
So today is April Fool's Day, and I just take everything at face value. So I saw that, and I was like, that'll be interesting. I wonder where they'll put the track. And then I just moved right on.
It's a literal true story. I read it in the news.
Read it in the news.
It must be true. Lacy, as always, thanks for being accommodating.
Happy to be here.
Stopping by and seeing me.
Yes.
Taking a quick break, and I'm wrapping up Wednesday. And, I'll send you into Thursday. Not really too much excitement. I'm going to come back after a break, try your best to stay out of jail, and that'll be it. In that order.
All right.